Hello and welcome to another episode of Unhindered Faith. Have you ever felt like there's something inside of you knows that God has more for your life, but you just can't seem to step into it? Maybe you want to grow in your faith or in leadership or in purpose, but something keeps holding you back. And today we're going to talk about what those barriers are, and more importantly, how to break free from them. My name is Wes with Unhindered Faith, and every week we release new content to help you grow in both faith and in leadership, because I believe you're called to live an unhindered life. So if this message speaks to you, make sure that you subscribe and share it with somebody who needs encouragement today. Let me start with this. In Hebrews 12:1 says, "Let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us." You see, the writer isn't just talking about sin. He's talking about everything that slows us down. Distractions, fear, doubt, even our past mistakes. If we're not intentional, these things will keep us from running the race God has set out for us. John Maxwell calls this the law of intentionality. Growth doesn't just happen. To reach your potential, you must be intentional about it. John Maxwell stresses that with the law of intentionality. Most people want to grow, but they hope growth will just happen with time. And the truth is, hope is not a strategy. If you don't have a plan for growth, you'll stay stuck. Growth requires you to decide, I'm going to throw off what's holding me back and take the next step forward. So let me ask you, what's your growth plan? And do you have one? Or are you waiting for the perfect time? Here are three of the biggest things that hold people back. You ready? Here we go. 1, fear of failure. This is one for a lot of my life I have struggled with. And the fear of failure is you're afraid to take the next step because you might fall. But remember, failure isn't final. It's feedback. And if we learn that failure, as long as we learn from it, failure is actually good. In fact, most of the things that we learn in life is because of the things that we have failed at. And failure is only a bad thing if we don't learn from it. So fear of failure sometimes will stop us from growing and from moving forward. The other one is comparison. Looking at what everyone else is doing and thinking you don't measure up. But God hasn't called you to run their race. God has called you to run your race. And the other one is lack of intentionality. Simply drifting through life without a plan. Growth never happens by accident. Let me say it again. Growth never happens by accident. It's always on purpose. So which one of these hits home with you? Is it fear of failure? Is it comparison or lack of intentionality? The good news, and there is good news, is you don't have to stay stuck. God has, let me say again, God has already placed in you everything you need to grow. Philippians 1:6 says, "He who began a good work in you will carry it to completion." That means your growth isn't just about your effort. It's about trusting God to finish what He started. Here's your challenge this week. You ready? 1, you could identify one thing that's been holding you back. It might be fear of failure or comparison or lack of intentionality. It might be something completely different. But what is one thing that is holding you back? Name it, write it down, and pray over it. Then take one intentional step to move past it. That might be reaching out for accountability, joining a growth call. In fact, with Unhindered Faith, we're calling it Unhindered Growth. Once a month, we're doing a Zoom call absolutely for free. And you could join that. But what is one intentional step that you are doing to grow and getting unstuck? Maybe it's simply choosing to act in faith where you've been hesitant. One of the things that I've learned to do is just put something on the calendar. Even if I don't have it completely planned out, if it's on the calendar, I announce it, I have to do it. And however that comes out, as long as it's done with excellence, then it's good. And so sometimes I have to just take a step of faith, be bold, and put it out there and make it happen. So if this spoke to you today, I want to personally invite you to keep growing with us. Every first Tuesday, as I said, we host a Zoom call, and you could register on unhinderedfaith.com, and you could get the Zoom link that way, where we dive deeper into John Maxwell's 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. It's free, it's interactive, it's your chance to connect with others who are serious about faith and leadership growth. So what's holding you back? Drop in the comments. Let's encourage each other, and let's take our next step together. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. Some of you have been on this journey with me for the last just over 2 years now. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me on this journey of discovering what Unhindered Faith looks like. It's more than just a ministry. It's more than just a nonprofit. This is something that I strive to live by, and you have helped me on this journey. And I just want to continue to give back and add value into your life. So thank you for joining me on this, and thanks for watching. And remember, don't just hope for growth. Choose it. Let's live unhindered.